I'm Brian Hyland, the Associate Curator of Manuscripts at Museum of the Bible, and I have an unusual request for you. Take a good look at me. Notice the thinning gray hair on the top of my head and the full white beard on my face. There are wrinkles all around my eyes. Let's face it, I'm no spring chicken. In fact, I'm eligible to start Medicare in about 3 months. You're probably thinking to yourself, who cares? Actually, I'm just using myself as a visual aid for the real topic of this video, Queen Elizabeth II. When I was born, Elizabeth II had already been the Queen of the United Kingdom for just under a year and 3 months. Elizabeth II became the Queen on February 6, 1952, 66 years ago today, the day her father, King George VI, died. She is the longest reigning monarch in British history. On September 9, 2015, she surpassed the previous leader, her great-great-grandmother, Queen Victoria, who reigned a mere 63 years and 216 days. Now, you may be wondering, what does this have to do with Museum of the Bible? Among the manuscripts in the collections of the museum is a special prayer book from the late 20th century containing the litany approved for use in the Church of England in the Book of Common Prayer. One prayer beseeches the Lord to keep and strengthen thy servant Elizabeth, our most gracious Queen and Governor. 3 paragraphs later, the prayer asks the Lord to bless and preserve Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and all the royal family. The inclusion of Diana, the Princess of Wales, gives us a terminus post quem, a date after which the manuscript, or at least this part of it, was made. Prince Charles married Princess Diana on July 29, 1981. The wedding was more than 4 years after Elizabeth had celebrated her Silver Jubilee, 25 years as Queen of the United Kingdom. Since then, Elizabeth has celebrated her Golden, Diamond, and Sapphire Jubilees for 50, 60, and 65 years on the throne, respectively. Oh, and by the way, the image that you are looking at just happens to be numbered 007. Who can forget the Queen's cameo appearance with Daniel Craig as James Bond in the short film during the opening ceremonies of the London Olympics in 2012? Another page of the manuscript has a prayer for peace and deliverance from enemies. There is a miniature showing a winged figure brandishing a sword and shield over a defeated green dragon. The scene blends the medieval iconography of 2 favorite dragon slayers, Michael the Archangel and St. George. The wings clearly suggest Michael, but the red cross on the white shield is the cross of St. George, the patron of England. This red cross is even incorporated into the Union Jack, the flag of the United Kingdom. Remember, Queen Elizabeth's father was also named George. The defeated dragon has bat-like wings and a slightly anthropomorphic form, which suggests both the dragon slain by St. George and Satan, cast out of heaven and defeated by Michael the Archangel in Revelation 12, 7-9. St. George, by the way, is also the patron of the Order of the Garter, whose head is Queen Elizabeth. If you look closely at the face of the winged figure, you can see that the features are somewhat female, perhaps a subtle acknowledgement of the Queen's role as the head of state. Another miniature adorns a prayer for use in time of war and tumults. A medieval helmet appears in the letter O. A Renaissance-era helmet appears behind it with an animal curled on top. Behind the helmet is a bow crossed with the staff of a banner. On the banner are the words sans peur, which means without fear. The medieval imagery found in this 20th century manuscript is a product of the long history of Great Britain. The countryside of Britain is filled with reminders of its medieval past. The monarchy itself has its roots in the early Middle Ages. Queen Elizabeth II is the latest in a long line of monarchs reaching back to the Norman conquest and even beyond.